Welcome to Speak, Think, Serve, the blueprint for growth without burnout. Sharpen your words, strengthen your mind, and serve with intention.
Ever feel like you're running up a down escalator? You're hustling, you're sweating, but somehow you're not getting anywhere, just stuck on the same step. That's the fixed mindset trap. And I've been there more times than I'd like to admit. But here's the thing. Growth isn't just for the naturally gifted. It's not some exclusive club. It's a process, not a personality trait. Miles, you ever get that feeling like you're just spinning your wheels?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I used to think some people just had it, like the Satya Nadellas or the elite athletes. They're just born with this magic. But then you dig into the research, especially Carol Dweck's work on growth mindset, and it's like, wait, no, this is about effort, feedback, and learning, not ego, not being the smartest in the room. It's about being the most coachable. That's what top leaders and coaches actually look for.
Exactly. Dweck's research, if you haven't read Mindset, by the way, put it on your list, shows that people who believe skills can be developed are more resilient, more open to feedback, and way more likely to try new things. It's not rah-rah positivity. It's a system for long-term adaptability. And honestly, the first sign you're stuck in a fixed mindset, for me, it's when I start avoiding feedback or telling myself, I'm just not good at this.
Yeah, or when you catch yourself thinking, if I mess up, everyone's going to know I'm a fraud. That's the ego talking. I see it in teams all the time. People get defensive, they stop asking questions, and suddenly nobody's learning. But the best leaders, like Satya Nadella at Microsoft, they're all about being a learn-it-all, not a know-it-all. That's what actually moves the needle.
And it's sneaky, right? Sometimes you don't even realize you're in that fixed loop until you're knee-deep in it. So what's your move, Miles, when you spot that in yourself or your team?
Honestly, I just call it out. I'll say, hey, are we chasing applause or are we chasing improvement? Because the improvement, the practice, the feedback, the few extra reps, that's where the growth actually happens. And if you're listening and thinking, that sounds familiar, you're not alone. We've all been there. The trick is to spot it, name it, and then shift gears.
That's it. And if you're new to this idea, go back and check out our earlier episodes on intentional language. The words you use with yourself matter. They're the breadcrumbs that lead you out of that fixed mindset trap.
So let's get a little nerdy for a second. Neuroplasticity. Your brain is literally built to change. MIT's research shows that every time you learn something new, your brain rewires itself. It's not just a metaphor. And the crazy part, when you reframe failures as part of the learning loop, your brain actually triggers a different reward system. It's like, hey, that didn't work, but now I know what to try next.
I love that. It's like the growth loop. Believe, adapt, rise. You believe you can get better, you adapt your approach, and then you rise, even if it's just a little. I've seen this play out in the most unexpected places. Like there was this dishwasher at a restaurant I worked with, started out scrubbing pans, but every week he'd ask, what's one thing I can do better? Fast forward, he's running the place as GM, not because he worked harder, but because he worked smarter and kept learning.
That's such a good example, and I've got one from the tech world, an IT pro who missed a critical alert, crashed a system. Instead of hiding it, they built a new checklist, taught it to the team, and became the go-to for crisis planning. That's fail forward, fix backward. You mess up, you reflect, and then you improve the system for everyone. That's how you turn setbacks into fuel.
Let's do a quick role play. I'll be the team member who just got some tough feedback. You respond as the manager who gave the feedback. I agree, the project didn't land where it should have. I appreciate the feedback. I want to focus on improving. What's one thing I can do differently next time to make it stronger?
Great question. If you give a quick midweek update on progress, it'll keep everyone aligned and prevent last-minute surprises. And listen, just asking for that kind of feedback is what makes you stand out. You're looking to get better, not just move on.
That's the loop in action. You're not just taking feedback, you're using it as free fuel. And if you're listening, try this. Next time something goes sideways, write down what happened, what you learned, and what you'll do differently. That's your setback tracker. It's like a training log for your brain.
And don't forget, the best in any field, athletes, CEOs, you name it, they love the reps, not just the results. They're not chasing applause, they're chasing improvement. That's what makes them resilient, and it's what makes work a lot more fun too.
All right, let's get practical. Because ideas are great, but action is where the magic happens. I call this my breadcrumb strategy. Every day, I try to leave a little trail, a note, a sticky, a line in my journal of one thing I did just a bit better. It's not about giant leaps. It's about being better by a breadcrumb.
That's the daily 1% rule. Pick one thing, just one, you could learn or adjust today. Maybe it's asking for feedback, maybe it's tracking a small win, and if you want to make it stick, use the feedback flip. Instead of how did I do, ask, what's one thing I can tighten up for next time? It's a game changer.
Let's roleplay that. I'll be the team leader this time. Hey, I noticed you handled that client call really well. If you want to level up, maybe try summarizing the next steps at the end. It'll help you and the client stay aligned.
And I'm the team member. Thanks, I appreciate that. I'll give it a shot and let you know how it goes. That's it. No drama, just growth. And if you're listening, what's the smallest step you could take by tomorrow? Maybe it's writing down one thing you learned today. Maybe it's sharing a bounce back story with your team or in the community.
That's the secret. Don't keep your growth to yourself. When you share your wins and your bounce backs, you build trust and momentum. And I can tell you from experience, it makes the journey a lot less lonely. We want to hear your stories. Post your breadcrumb wins, your bounce backs, your fail forward moments in the community. That's how we all rise together.
So as we wrap up, don't just nod along, do the action items. That's what makes this real. Try the 1% rule, use the feedback flip, track your setbacks. Share what you're working on, comment on someone else's loop, and let's keep each other moving forward. Growth isn't a feeling, it's a rep.
And to everyone listening, keep building, keep sharing, and remember, better by a breadcrumb.
You've been listening to Speak, Think, Serve, the blueprint for growth without burnout. Remember, ideas don't change things. Action does.